The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from Gibson County High School Gymnasium in Dyer, Tennessee, BallGame Blitz Sports Network and Worthy Road Studios proudly present USJ Girls Basketball. And tonight, University School of Jackson is in the semifinals of the Gibson County Girls Christmas Tournament after their victory yesterday, 51-16, over Obion Central. This evening, they are taking on the challenge of the Peabody Golden Tide. Hello again, everyone. Steve Beverly here with you with this second of our three-day classic. And this one should be a much more interesting game than what we had yesterday, where the Lady Bruins, with only 8 available players, managed to run away with it. In fact, it was a continuously running clock in the final 8 minutes. And, of course, you're going to be seeing Ellen Driver, Lily Teague. Lily had just some tremendous minutes, had some outside shots, and she was number 2 in scoring with 9 yesterday. Ellen played a fantastic defensive game. And then you got Sophie King and Mia Spellings, as well as the one, the only, Halen Ayers, who roared in 25 points yesterday in 3 quarters, and she sat out most of the fourth quarter as they were trying to get as many players into the game as they possibly could. And for Peabody, they had a 49-40 victory in their quarterfinal game, and you're going to be hearing us call the names of 3 seniors. Now, they only have 9 available players. Miracle Johnson, who is a senior, Jemiah Carter, also a senior, and Travia Brooks. But they also have 3 strong juniors in Montira Skinner, Naisha Luton, and Anaya Ross. And those are some of the ones that you're going to see. Going into tonight's play, this one will be for the right to go to the championship game, which would be tomorrow evening at 7:30 right here. They'll be having a 5th place and a 7th place game as far as the early outings, and then at 5:30, they will have a 3rd place game, and then the winner of this one tonight will be in action in the championship game of this Gibson County Girls Classic, and we already know who one of those entries is going to be, and that is going to be the Gibson County Lady Pioneers, the host team, because they just put a big number on Greenfield tonight, 64-32, and it was one in which they just dominated the game. The last quarter, as I mentioned, they were just really playing out the action. And so it will be a tall order for whoever wins this one between USJ and Peabody as to having to take on the Lady Pioneers here on their home floor tomorrow evening. But particularly the defensive effort that Joel Ayers' Lady Bruins delivered yesterday, and if they can do that throughout tonight and tomorrow night, they're going to be in both of these. So we think you're going to enjoy the Classic tonight. They will be still without the services of Ava Barber, although Ava is out on the floor and retrieving some of the basketballs, but she, as we mentioned last night, she is recovering from a very serious shoulder injury, and she's been getting treatments on it. And she hopes to be back in time for the January 5th game against Jackson Christian. She has opted not to go with surgery, which would, for all intents and purposes, end her season and perhaps her entire athletic career at USJ as a senior. But you also tonight, Addie Simeon is still recovering on the backside of having pneumonia last week. That kept her out of the game that we had for you live here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network against Carroll Academy. So she will not be going this evening. So it's going to be an available 8 for the Bruins tonight going against the 9 available for Peabody. So all of that is just ahead. Let's take a break and go visit with our sponsors, and then we'll be back to start tonight's game in the Gibson County Christmas Tournament. Stay with us.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt, and let my family take care of yours.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
And we're back live at Gibson County High School in this beautiful gym in Dyer, Tennessee. And this is a wonderful Christmas tournament for these teams that they enjoy it win or lose because when the game is over, they don't have to go home and study for exams. They don't have to worry about turning in papers. USJ had its last day of class yesterday. So this is a straightforward one, and they'll go home tonight and just enjoy whatever they do, whether it's a case of playing video games late or having the opportunity to do what they do in just sitting up late, watching a late movie. And they're introducing the starters right now. Jemiah Carter And Anaya Ross, Alexis Jones was the first one who came out. Nyasha Luton. And Travia Brooks. And those will be your 5 for the for the Golden Tide. And Joel Ayers leading the Lady Bruins in. Ellen Driver, as I said again, in the post yesterday, had a terrific defensive game. Sophie King, tremendous ball handling she demonstrated yesterday. Halen Ayers, of course, 25 points, 6 rebounds yesterday. Always got that energetic look on her face. Lily Teague, she had some outside shots yesterday, and there's Mia Spellings, and those are your starters for both of our teams. We are just about set to go, and glad to have all you with us, particularly all you moms, dads, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, and anybody else who's related, good friends of these players from both teams. We're good to have you with us tonight, and we hope you enjoy the telecast here on Worthy Road Studios, on YouTube, and on the Facebook page of USJ. And to jump it is going to be Travia Brooks against Halen Ayers. They're about the same height. It's only because Travia has her hair up that makes her look taller. And here we go from Dyer, Tennessee. Ladies and gentlemen, let the games begin. And so Peabody, scoring 49 yesterday, played a strong defensive game in their opening round matchup to get here to the semifinals of the tournament. They're very, very quick in ball handling. And the turnaround bank is not there, and that's going to go out of bounds. Brooks could not control it. They will employ somewhat of a half-court trap. Joel Ayers will run all-court pressure just about the entire game. And again, looking for particularly a screen like that one, and the 3, and the iron was unkind. And coming down with the rebound is Luton. And underneath, the first basket of the game. Miracle Johnson with the first one of the contest to give the Golden Tide a 2-0 lead. They go cross court, and they're open again. This time it's Ellen, and just can't get it to drop. Rebound to Luton. She's got 2 of them. And there they go with that all-court pressure, and they had 3-on-1, and they knock it out of bounds. This is one of those games that you can sometimes get caught up in living by the 3 and dying by the 3, and you don't want to get into a matchup like that where you're giving up 2 for none instead of 3 for 2. And open from the corner, and the 3 is there for Luton. So already they are 2 for 3 from the floor. And out to the early 5-0 lead. Lots of rotation in this offense. And Halen's going to stop and pop right from the free throw line and get the Lady Bruins on the board. And they almost pulled off a steal, and they did. Ellen Driver again with terrific defense, but she loses it back. Don't count that as a double turnover. And underneath, just completely losing the defender, was Travia Brooks. The reason we say, and she is all hemmed up somebody, but wide open underneath, and that's going to be kicked out. Oh, my goodness. They had Sophie King so far wide open, and quickly down was Travia Brooks, who basically kicked it beyond the end line. So Halen is in the corner. You got to know they're going to put 2 players on her most of the game. So they're going to have to get screens to get other people open. They know of the talent of Halen Ayers, just a freshman. And trying to drive it inside and drawing the foul is Mia Spellings. Now the question is it going to be a two-shot basket? And I think they're going to play it underneath. They say that she was fouled before she released the ball for the shot. That's Nyesha Luton committing her first foul in the first one of the game, and unforced error. So the Lady Bruins cough it up. And the foul is going to be charged to Mia Spellings. And that's the first of the game on the Lady Bruins. Good to see Bethel University head girls coach Chris Nelson and his wife Jennifer here tonight. Had a good opportunity to visit with them beforehand. They're looking at some potential folks and driving it on the inside, Jemiah Carter. And off the turnover, they have jumped out to a 9-2 lead, so they're already putting the Lady Bruins in a hole. And knocked away, and the foul is going to be charged to Peabody's Nyesha Luton, her second. Winner will meet Gibson County, the host team, tomorrow night at 7:30. The loser will go into the third place game, which will be at 5:30. This is a much tighter outing tonight for the Lady Bruins, trying to go in against this zone defense, and they're, as we say, they're double teaming Halen Ayers. And right in the path, and traveling is called. They say Mia Spellings took one step too many. Second turnover for the Lady Bruins. And they've had a hard time against this zone defense penetrating inside the paint for some good-looking shots. And traveling on Carter, so we're seeing a few mistakes being made now. So Lady Bruins needing to capitalize. Halen will toss it in. No, with so much going on at Christmas activities, it's hard for a lot of you to get to these games in person that are during the holiday break. So we're glad to have you aboard here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. There's the screen, there's the three, and it is not there. But the rebound to Lily Teague. And the basket goes through.
Basket by Ellen Driver.
So Ellen with her first one of the contest, and that gets a little bit less of a cushion for the Golden Tide. They are very crisp in how they pass, and perfect three-point form for Jemiah Carter. So Halen's going to slow the tempo down once again. And it's really tough on the Lady Bruins right now because they only have 3 players to go to off the bench because of injuries and illnesses. So it's going to be a challenge. Some of these players are going to have to go most of the evening, and there's another turnover. This team is so quick. They don't have a lot of height on this Peabody team, but they are so lightning fast, and deceptively so is Jemiah Carter. And the foul on the drive in. And that's going to be on Sophie King, her first, only the second team foul on the Lady Bruins.
Sophie King, her first.
Nyesha Luton has 2 already herself for the Golden Tide. And open for the 3, but instead moving it on the inside, but they get to that offensive board, and the short basket is not there. They're going to have a third opportunity, and that's going to be high up off the glass. 3 of them don't go, and they're just having a hard time getting inside for the rebounds. Fourth opportunity, and it goes down. That one's probably going to be on Mia Spellings.
Personal foul on number 10, Mia Spellings.
And that is Mia's second already, and we still have 2:20 to go in the first quarter.
Checking in for USJ number 22, Jessie Vine.
Jessie Vi comes in for the Lady Bruins. She had some good minutes yesterday. But still a fourth opportunity at a basket, and it's hard against a team like the Golden Tide to give them that many opportunities. And they're still employing that 2-3 zone, and they double team over in the corner. And the hook does not go, and finally the rebound comes off to the Lady Bruins. And actually that's their first rebound of the game. They work the perimeter and pushing hard for the three, and they cannot get the Plinko drop. Jessie had nowhere to go. They're just not letting them get inside at all. Ellen is so hemmed up. Now they finally get a drive, and what a block by Brooks. Ellen's going to try the drive again and forces it through. High extension on that one. And I can't begin to tell you, particularly for a smaller player, how hard it is to deliver a basket like that. And scrambling around, almost getting the steal, but it goes back outside. And they're just taking their time with about 30 seconds remaining. Again, the slow dribble once again. Nobody's been to the free throw line, so this has been a very quickly played first quarter, and they're down to 19 on the shot clock. And Luton is just basically having a one-person party in the backcourt. They go for the bomb, and that's off the mark. And they'll have 2.6 seconds to see if they can navigate one.
Checking in for Trenton Peabody, number 45, Paisley Walls.
Paisley Walls checks in for this final 2 seconds and change of the first quarter. And she's going to have to get that one, and that's knocked away. And so it is going to be with 0.3 of a second going in the opposite direction. And I don't see how they could possibly get a basket, and they're not going to try. So your first quarter ends, and it is a 12-6 lead for the Peabody Golden Tide, and we'll be back with our second quarter right after this.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Let's look at your scoring in the first quarter for Peabody that had the 12-6 lead. They got a couple of three-pointers that really helped out. 5 for Jemiah Carter and 3 for Nyesha Luton. For the Lady Bruins, Ellen Driver had a couple of baskets. Halen Ayers had 2, and I somehow think that Halen is going to have to take this team on her back a bit more because of the defensive pressure that is being employed by the Peabody team. As I say, they're not an extraordinarily tall team, but they do have some height advantages on most of the Lady Bruins with the exception of Halen Ayers. And thought about the 3 and backed off of it. Halen going for the bomb, and again, just not connecting. And she's way back in the forecourt. And for the three. Again, just will not fall. And Halen's going to come up with the offensive board. And iron unkind. And it goes off of the foot of Travia Brooks, so it's going to be Lady Bruin ball. This is one of those nights that the threes are just not falling. It's like what happened, not to the same degree, but it's like what happened yesterday when the Lady Bruins played against Obion Central. Open again for the three. And again the iron unkind. And it's going in the opposite direction, knocked out by Lily Teague. And so far tonight, the Lady Bruins 0 for 8 from behind the arc, and that is where it begins to be extremely challenging, but they're bringing 4 up front in this all-court pressure. They're leaving Jessie Vi back to take on Paisley Walls, and they managed to finally break the press, and the jumper was forced. And high for the rebound is Ellen Driver. Lita Rose and back in the corner for the three, and they still cannot get one to drop. Skinner for the rebound, but she gives it up. At some point, you got to get one to drop. And nobody more frustrated than the Lady Bruins are at this point. They're going mostly man-to-man right now on Peabody, but double-teaming the ball wherever possible. And the three, and again, just too much on it. And they're going to have to scramble on that one. And a nice job of recovering it was Miracle Johnson. And the foul is charged to Halen Ayers. And checking in once again is Nyesha Luton. She's playing with 4 fouls, but they have no hesitation to bring her in at this point. Nobody has scored in the first 2 minutes of the second period. Still that 12-6 margin. Lady Bruins have had a difficult time in the few situations where they've had to come from behind in games. But this is not a huge margin. It's just a 2-possession game at this stage. And again, staying with that 2-3 zone, it does make it difficult for the post player to penetrate. And they really have Travia Brooks hemmed up inside between Jessie Vi and Ellen Driver on defense. Again, they swap off. They've whacked off about 40 seconds off the clock. That one was way right. And Jessie comes down with a rebound.
Basket, Lily Teague.
Lily with her first basket of the game. And they needed that to end the dry spell. And the three is off the mark. But right in there with position is Travia Brooks for the follow. Peabody 2 for 5 in three-pointers, but Lady Bruins have missed all 9 of theirs. And Ellen thought about it, but she was quickly picked up by Skinner. And a foul trying to get the steal, reaching in, is Luton, and that is her third. So they're going to get her out very quickly and bring back in Zacacia Skinner. And checking in for the Lady Bruins as Lita Rose comes out, Sophie King returns. 4.5 to go in the second period. And we got the same margin that we did at halftime of 6. They're picking up the tempo just a little bit. Halen has had a hard time getting open because they've been double teaming her. And she falls away and it just rims out. This is going to be a scrum, and it's going to be a jump ball, and the alternate possession is going to go back to Peabody. Been a tough night shooting for the Lady Bulldogs, the Lady Bruins overall. You think about the team I'm going to be calling a game for along with the Lady Bruins. They are 4 of 16 for 25%. And almost a foul from behind by Sophie King, and now they call one. And that is on Sophie. That is her second. She and Mia Spellings with 2 each. As we mentioned, there's not a lot of depth to be able to go to from the bench. Lita Rose will check back in because they only have 3 reserves that they can go to. They had a screen for a 3, and Carter did not take it, but the foul. And that one is going to be on Ellen Driver, her first. That's the 3rd team foul of the second period on the Lady Bruins. And again, they're keeping those 2 defenders up front. And they're doing everything they can to clog up the middle against this Golden Tide team. But they've just been holding on to the ball, and you get a drive wide open like that one for Anaya Ross. So we got a 16-8 game. Lady Bruins are not accustomed to being in single digits at this time of a contest. They are quick to pick up the wing guards. Turn around by Halen, and again, it will not drop. She's just having a frustrating evening. And they happen sometimes. She's only been able to get 3 shots at the basket, and timeout is called. We'll take it just a little less than 3 minutes remaining. Lady Bruins trailing by 8.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
A 16-8 game, very low-scoring affair, without question, and it has been ball control by Peabody that has made the difference, and inability to hit from the outside for the Lady Bruins. And that is going to have to change if they're going to make a run in this one. And they managed to beat the all-court pressure and get it down the floor quickly to Paisley Walls for her first basket. So you have had 6 different Golden Tide players to score in this one, only 3 Bruins. And USJ down by 10. And Halen, they have just been double teaming her all night and made it very difficult for her to get down inside the paint. And she has struggled from outside. So they bring it back out front. Joel Ayers trying to redirect some traffic from his spot off the bench. And again, those rotations continue. A gambling pass, but trying to go down herself and did not get the Plinko drop in. Walls with the rebound. Ellen had a ticket in there, but it just would not get the friendly roll, and there just have been mostly unfriendly rolls for the Lady Bruins so far in this first half. And again, they're just taking their time, being very deliberate in their offense. Tried that bounce pass on the inside, and let's see what the call is. It's going to be timeout for Peabody. So let's take another break. 92 seconds to go in the half. It's an 18-8 game as the Golden Tide is on top.
Hello, folks. This is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installations, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Another issue for the Lady Bruins has been lack of second shot opportunities. They've been out-rebounded 9-5. So they haven't had many opportunities, in fact, only 2 to be able to get second chance baskets. They've been held to a single basket here in the second quarter. And they had to hurry to get that one in, and finally gets it into Ross. And Carter, who seemingly can hold on to the ball all day long, keeps it out front. And they're perfectly content, unless they get somebody wide open, perfectly content to just keeping it in the backcourt until they can find somebody open. They'd love to get a same play that they did again to Paisley Walls on the last possession. Lady Bruins doing a good job of picking them up and coming over and double teaming the ball. We're under a minute now in this second quarter. So they move it back to the outside. And Carter is just simply, I mean, she could put up a tent in a Coleman stove and she'd be perfectly happy. And again, staying in the backcourt, they have chewed up more than a minute in this possession. Now open for the three. Not there, but Walls with the follow, and she gets the friendly drop. And getting it on the offensive rebound. A 20-8 lead. And Ellen Driver will not be a shooting foul. She caught it on the drive in. And that one is on Walls, her first. Checking in, Travia Brooks, the senior, comes in for the freshman Walls. Boy, I'm telling you, Walls is going to be tough to deal with because she's got 3 more years of eligibility. Lady Bruins badly need one to go into the locker room and get themselves in double digits. Under 10 seconds to go, and Halen is just all hemmed up. An offensive foul, she can't believe it. Fifth turnover for the Lady Bruins, and Joel Ayers has a, shall we say, mild discussion with the official. And a big bomb way off the top of the glass, and that is the end of the first half. Again, a rather low-scoring affair, and the Lady Bruins having a tough time navigating the inside, and they were outscored 8-2 in the second quarter, and it's a 20-8 game. Let's give you the totals right now in scoring. So far, the leader, Jemiah Carter, you have had in this game 6 different Golden Tide players to score. Jemiah Carter with 5, 4 for Paisley Walls, and 4 for Travia Brooks. And 3 rebounds for Miracle Johnson, I should say. And over for the Lady Bruins, Ellen Driver has had 2 baskets. Both of hers were in the first quarter. But she has had a tough time getting open for much of anything tonight. Lily Teague with a single basket, and Halen Ayers, 25 points yesterday, held to 2 points, and that was in the first quarter. And USJ has 3 players playing with 2 fouls, Mia Spellings, Sophie King, and Halen Ayers. For Peabody, it is 3 fouls on Nyasia Luton, and that's where we stand right now, 20-8. It's going to take some tough adjustments in the second half for the Lady Bruins. We'll bring you the team totals after you visit with some people that we are very happy to have with us. And those are our sponsors because they make this telecast possible. And you enjoy that, and we'll be back.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Back live at the Gibson County Girls Christmas Tournament, and let's bring you the halftime statistics brought to you by Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. It has been a tough one for the Lady Bruins. 4 out of 18 from the floor, 22% in field goals for Peabody, 9 of 19 for 48%, so that is a big difference. In three-point field goals, Lady Bruins have put it up 9 times from outside, and none of them would drop. And that's a big, big category right now, because if you even have a couple of those to drop, you're talking about a 2-possession game right now, but just nothing seems to be falling from the outside. Peabody has not been a ball of fire with that. They are 2 of 9 for 22%. Now let's flip it over to free throws, and I would love to tell you an exciting statistic there, but I can't because nobody's been to the free throw line tonight. Some of us on the crew might have been to the free throw line more. Rebounding, Peabody has the edge 10-5, and as we mentioned late in the first half, the tough part for the Lady Bruins has not being able to get to those offensive boards to get those second chance points. It is so difficult in a game like this that is defensive. Turnovers, USJ has given it up 5 times, but that has only led to a single basket from Peabody, so they haven't capitalized much off those mistakes, but they haven't been able to force many turnovers against the Golden Tide because they've only committed 2. USJ has not been able to pick up any points off of Peabody mistakes. And those are your halftime statistics brought to you by Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network, recognized around Tennessee as the leader in digital sports television. And now let's go back to the floor. We are about set to start this second half of play. The third quarter is where it really has to happen for the Lady Bruins to make their run to get back into this one. And we'll see what kind of adjustments they have made. Again, playing with 3 players with 2 fouls. And Halen Ayers somehow is going to have to get more involved in the offense, and heaven knows she tried in the first half. They are open for the 3, and again, it just will not fall. And quickly down the floor, and Carter thought about the 3, and then she just goes right through everybody. There was a double fake on that. So Carter now with 7. She is the game leader. And that puts a lot of pressure. It's a 5-possession game now at 23-8. And open again for the 3, but she was picked up very quickly. Ellen Driver has been hammered all night long, and you can see the frustration on her face. And just when they get somebody open, and there you go, and that one was blocked, but it's a foul. Got her with the body. Travia Brooks commits, and so Halen becomes the first player to go to the free throw line tonight. We got some fans behind us who are suggesting that the officials don't know what they're doing. Of course, that is a typical reaction on that. It was definitely a body foul. And Halen gets one from the free throw line. You like to be able to pick them up with the clock stopped. And this to get them in double figures. And she connects. Excellent form. And another critical key, they've just got to get stops and then convert off of them. And this Peabody team, they are content to hold on to the ball for a minute to a minute and a half until they can find an open screen. And you can see what I'm talking about there because they just bring it back outside, and if nobody's open and nobody's really moving, there's a little bit of rotation in the backside of the basket underneath, but they're keeping it largely over on the left side of the court. And getting a friendly roll was Travia Brooks. And the foul is charged to Ellen Driver. That's her second. And Ellen has done everything that is asked of her, but she is just simply, they've got more height on her, and she is outmanned on the inside. And Brooks, the senior, with the three-point play, and that's the first time they have been to the line. And it's back to the 15-point lead. Loser plays in a third-place game at 5:30 tomorrow, and almost stolen, and finally picking it up. That was not an over-and-back violation because of the fact that it had been touched on the other side. The 3, and finally connecting is Sophie King. That is the first one from outside. So that shaves off. You think about going from a 15 to a 12-point margin. That's a nice shave right there. but they need another stop. And Carter's going to try to take it all herself, and she was hemmed up, and it was snatched by Sophie King. Only the third turnover for the Golden Tide. This would be a big one to pick up off a turnover because the Lady Bruins have not been able to do that so far tonight. And once again, wide open in the corner, going for the three again. Yes, sir! Mia Spellings. She was calling for that ball. So the Lady Bruins from outside, finally a wake-up call, 2 in a row, and they have closed the 15-point lead down to 9 as Carter, again, cuts it to a snail's pace. Turnaround is off the mark, and they pick up the rebound with Lily Teague underneath. And driving down and drawing the foul, we're beginning to see more of a tempo, and Mia Spellings is going to the line. Travia Brooks commits her second, so the alarm clock has been responded to by the Lady Bruins. And these 2 free throws would be most welcome for their, and just rimming off. And checking back in is going to be Paisley Walls, the freshman in the post. And as I say, she's got a lot of height on her, and she's still got about 3 more years to grow. And, oh, my goodness, frustration sets in because it goes off of the back of the iron, and they missed the 2 opportunities with the clock stop to try to close this down to, and it's another steal. And Halen tried to get it all the way on the drive, and they picked her up with a double team. And it was Skinner and Johnson that managed to knock it out of bounds, and so Halen will toss it in. This has been a very quick third quarter because we're almost halfway through it. Halen had the screen, and the foul is away from the ball. And that one is going to be on Brooks. That is her third, so she and Luton both playing with 3 fouls. Team third foul, so they have aggressively attacked the basket to draw more fouls in this third quarter. And Carter, after a very, very quick rest, is coming out, and Brooks is coming in, and Brooks is coming out. Just got it into the hands of Halen. Halen thought about driving it into the paint, but thought better of it because they had it clogged up. And now she's going for about a 30-footer. Nope, it's short. But quickly, high off the glass is Lily Teague with the offensive board. Again, something else we have not seen a lot of tonight for the Lady Bruins, and they have sliced this one down to a 25-18 game. And Carter for the three. No, way off the mark, and Halen airs the rebound. And trying to get it down inside, calling for it was Driver. But she has to push it back out because Paisley is giving her fits. Going for the three. No, it's short. And they let that one go. Lily had a good look at it, but it just simply was off the iron. And we got time. Well, let's see if it's just for a substitution. Now it's going to be timeout. We'll take it. Lady Bruins have rallied to within 7. More after this.
Is Old Frosty on its last legs? Don't wait until it's old and cold. Give your home and family the gift of comfort. A new York HVAC system with a free 10-year parts and labor warranty from McCoy's Heating and Air. Get the security and savings of a 10-year parts and labor warranty free with the purchase of qualifying systems. So you and your whole family can celebrate in comfort with the gift that keeps on giving. A new York HVAC system delivered by Santa and his merry team of technicians at McCoy's Heating and Air.
Lady Bruins have outscored the Golden Tide 10-5 in this third quarter, making a bit of a move to close it to a 7-point margin. They were down by as many as 15. They're playing with more intensity and tempo. Gibson County with 2 of their starters with 3 fouls, Luton and Brooks. And here's Carter, who is the master of the slow dribble, but she's done well tonight. She has 7 points. She is the game leader. Very deceptive in how She's so slow in bringing the ball up the floor, but she can get herself open. And the curl hook is there for Miracle Johnson. So they're back to the full 3-possession lead at 27-18. Steve Beverly with you from the Gibson County Girls Christmas Tournament. Ellen was open for just a second, but boy, they pick her up quickly. The three is there again for Lily Teague. They've notched it down to 6. And little by little, they're just chipping away. And the question is, can they put together 2 periods like this and also hold on in the remaining 2.5 that we have here in the third quarter? Lady Bruins trailed at halftime 20-8. Knocked away, it'll go back to the Golden Tide. So Carter will take it on the inbounds throw. You see a lot of intensity on the face of Sophie King. And also Mia Spellings barking out instructions. Almost stolen, and it's going to be a jump ball, and the alternate possession will go back to the Golden Tide. They've had 2 situations tonight. They've had jump balls, but the possession arrow has been Peabody's in both situations. They're going to try to drive the inside, and they're going to call a foul on the drive, and that's going to be the 3rd on Sophie King. That's the 2nd team foul on the Lady Bruins, so they won't be going to the line. So checking back in is Jessie Vi. And they'll count on her for some strong help down low in the post. Again, double teaming the ball. Paisley Walls, again, is in there retrieving, and it is a bank that is not there, and they could not hold on to the rebound. And swinging around and doing a beautiful job was Anaya Ross on that offensive board. Well, that one hurts if you're a Bruins fan, because they could have knocked the game down potentially to a 4-point game. Got a 1.5 minutes to go here in the third. Jessie, they are all over her and trying to scramble. It's going to be a jump ball, but the Lady Bruins will keep it this time. Tell you, Mia Spellings, you got to know she is exhausted, as are many of these Lady Bruins. And Halen has not been able to get a break tonight. They have held her to 4 points. Okay, almost a bear hug down there at the opposite end. No call. And off the foot. And they're going to, let's see, now there's going to be a discussion of the officials on this. One says it's Bruin ball, and the other one says it's Golden Tide, and it is Peabody that wins it. So that is the 6th turnover of the game for USJ. This has been what you would call a grueling game to watch. There hasn't been an explosion of points by either team in succession. USJ has done a good job of slicing a 15-point deficit down to 8, but they really need to stop here as we're under a minute to go in the third quarter. And Carter is one of these that can just hold on to it forever. And she goes for the bomb. Iron unkind, but she's going to come right back and get the offensive board. And this time it looks as though she's going to play it for the final shot. And they're finally going to come out and challenge her, because she was content to stay there all evening long. And that's a foul. That's going to be over the back on Jessie Vi. She tried to make a stab at the steal. And that's not going to be a shooting foul. That's the 3rd team foul. They will likely not go to the free throw line in this third quarter. They've only been once tonight. That was on a 3-point play by Travia Brooks. They're wide open. The 3, the push is not there, and they're going to have to hurry. And Halen's going to have to fire it from midcourt. Oh, it is almost there. My goodness, that came ever so close to being an explosive three-point opportunity. So the Lady Bruins still trailing by 8, but they made a rally in that third quarter. So we'll be back to see if they can make it all the way back right after this.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
And I'm looking down at the Lady Bruin bench, and you got to know that Ava Barham is extraordinarily just dying to be out there on the floor, but still nursing the injury. A 29-21 game. Lady Bruins outscored Peabody 13-9 in that third quarter, but they got to do it with a bigger margin here in the final 8 minutes. Lily Teague with that last three-pointer that she had. She's the team leader for the Lady Bruins with 7. Jemiah Carter with 7 and Travia Brooks with 7 for the Golden Tide. So let's see how they play it. And again, Carter so deliberate. But she's out for a rest at this point right now. Oh, underneath. They managed to get her behind the defenders, and Brooks with 9. And she has become the game leader. They have just not been able to get Halen Ayers into the scoring category much at all tonight. Sophie's trying to find somebody open, and she wanted to go to Halen, but she was just all hemmed up by Skinner. And that's in there, but traveling. Oh, my goodness. Ellen Driver had a ticket, and she would have had the basket, but called for traveling. Mia Spellings checks in, and Ellen Driver will come out. Sophie King with 3 fouls for the Lady Bruins. For the Golden Tide, Luton and Brooks with 3 each. As we've mentioned before, the winner plays in the championship game against Gibson County, the host team, tomorrow night as Carter goes for the 3, and it was too strong to start with. And that one was one that Lady Bruins just gave up. And they take all the time that they possibly can. This is a team that's going to take 45 seconds to a minute, and Mia Spellings was stunned. She thought that was going to be an offensive foul. They called her on the body, so that is her 3rd foul. So the host Gibson County will meet the winner of this one at 7:30 tomorrow night. 3rd place game. The loser of this game will play at 5:30 tomorrow. Whichever happens involving USJ, we'll have it for you right here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And again, just taking their time around the perimeter, waiting to get anybody open on a screen that they can. This is a very patient Peabody team. And I mean, that is indicated, even though this is a low-scoring game, they've just waited to get people open. And this one looks as though that they could just possibly go like this all night, and goes off of the hands of Travia Brooks, and she would have had a free ticket for a layup. So that's a big break for the Lady Bruins. They did manage to skate off almost a full minute of time on the clock. And if you are USJ, you just don't know how many more possessions you're going to get down to the floor because of this deliberate pace that Peabody is employing. And Halen trying anything she can to get open, and she's going to take it in the corner and was fouled. Not going to be a shooting foul. So the Lady Bruins will play it underneath. And the seconds are ticking away. Miracle Johnson's first, and that's the first team foul of the quarter. Free throws have just been meaningless in this game. Big three is short. It was a pretty good look at it by Lily Teague, but just couldn't get it there. And the three goes astray. Ross had it off the mark, and Halen the rebound. Halen has just not been able to get one of her patented drives all the way down. Three is off the mark. And it goes back in the other direction.
We got a full timeout, USJ.
Timeout for USJ. 5:02 remaining, still down by 10. We'll have the rest of it after this.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle. And at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Just a few more pieces of change, more than 5 minutes remaining. And USJ made the rally to close it to within 6, but this has been another low scoring. We've only had one basket here in the third period, the fourth period, as the Lady Bruins are trailing it 31-21. They were down 20-8 at halftime, a rare situation that you will see a USJ team not be able to convert into double digits at halftime. And they made a big rally on the three-point shots in the third quarter, but they have still struggled because for the evening, they are 3 out of 17 from behind the arc. On the other hand, Peabody has done this one mostly inside the arc because they have had only one three-point shot in the evening. That's the fourth foul on Sophie King. So back in is Ellen Driver. Ellen had 2 baskets in the first quarter, but they have just hammered her all night long. She's probably going to be black and blue after this one. And the turnaround, that curl hook goes through. Miracle Johnson with her 6th point of the game. Lady Bruins last night shot 52% from the floor, and Ellen couldn't get it up high enough, but Lily Teague the rebound. And Halen, again, a little bit too far out of her range. And the foul underneath. And that one is charged to Luton, and that will be her 4th. And some of the Peabody fans wanted a foul on Halen Ayers. They did not get it. And neither of these teams terribly deep on the bench. They have to rely on a lot of their starters to carry the ball on this one. And Luton with her 4th foul, and they've got Travia Brooks with 3. But they're holding on to a 12-point lead, and as we've said, the Lady Bruins have to just about knock it home with every possession of this game, and a foul on the toss-in to Halen Ayers on Montera Skinner. So Halen to toss in once again. And she has been double and triple teamed all night long. And going right through, that's not going to count even if it went, but it's going to be played underneath. They would not have allowed the basket. And that one is charged to Skinner. That's her 2nd consecutive foul. Unfortunately, the Lady Bruins have lost another minute off the clock to make a late rally. Halen has to go high for that, and she's fouled again. And that one is on Miracle Johnson, her second.
Personal foul on 00, Miracle Johnson, her second. Team fifth.
And so that finally puts USJ in the bonus, and so Halen Ayers with an opportunity now. She hit her first 2 from the line tonight and give her 3. And this is where you like to be able to pick them up in a rally when the clock is stopped. Got them both. Halen has been held to 6 points tonight. She has only had 1 basket from the floor, 4 free throws. Sophie King checks back in with the 4 fouls. They badly need her for defensive purposes. Sophie's had 1 3-pointer in the game tonight. But a tough one all the way around. Lady Bruins have only picked up 2 points in this fourth quarter. And Peabody with 4, only scoring 4, and they've extended the lead. And that goes down, and Halen is so quick on that one, and the jump ball, the alternate possession, will go back to the Lady Bruins. So that is the 6th turnover on Peabody. USJ has given it up 7 times. So this could be a big one. But you got to be able to get down the floor and knock it down in a period of about 15 to 20 seconds because of probably the diminishing number of possessions you're going to have. And trying to go to the inside, it was knocked away by Travia Brooks. And they go all the way back out front for the 3. And Ellen Driver, Lily Teague on that one. My view was obstructed for a moment, and Lily is in double figures with 10, the first one in the entire game to do so. So the lead is down now. And on the drive-in, that wouldn't have counted anyway. So Lily with 2 3-pointers. She's got 10 points in the game. And Sophie King has just fouled out of the game. So they will get Lita Rose back in. So Sophie's night ends with a single 3-pointer. She added 1 rebound. And the fall away, the floater is there. And Miracle Johnson with 8. So it's still back to a 3-possession game, and they're going to have to get 3s. And they're picked up almost as quickly as they get possession of the ball. And Halen, they've almost got 3 on her. It's like a triangle defense and traveling. They say Lita took a step before she made her drive in. 8th turnover for the Lady Bruins. So this full court pressure has got to work with a steal here, and they managed to get it down the floor very quickly, and they got a 2-on-1 and knocked away. Good defense on the part of Lily Teague. That could have easily have been a piece of cake layup, and Lily got in there to knock it away. Those are things in a category of defensive statistics that you don't see. And let's see what the call is. And apparently the call is going to be, that's the 4th foul on Travia Brooks. The Lady Bruins have got to play with a sense of urgency right now, and it's hard to do that the way this defense has been tonight for Peabody. And Ellen Driver trying to drive it through and does. She was outmanned, but she nails it, and timeout called by Joel Ayers. We got 2:02 to go. Lady Bruins have closed it to within 7 again. Back in a moment.
We got a full timeout, USJ.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, we got 122 seconds for the Lady Bruins to make a dramatic rally and try to force some turnovers and end up at least sending this one to overtime. They are trailing 35-28. They've once again outscored the Golden Tide in this fourth quarter as they did in the third period, but they haven't been able to do it by enough of a margin. Missing so many of the early three-pointers have hurt. They've only made 8 turnovers in the game, and the Golden Tide has given it up 7 times, so that's not as big a factor as it might seem ordinarily, and they're going again with this man press. And we're under 2 minutes. Very quickly, and Ellen Driver almost managed the steal and going through everybody, and that is going to be a 2-shot foul opportunity as Lita Rose is charged with her first.
Personal foul on number 12. Lita Rose.
So Carter, who has been she has been the workhorse for this team tonight, both in ball handling and getting just enough points scattered out, misses that one, and that helps you if you're a Lady Bruin fan. That was her first trip to the line tonight. And gets the second one to make it an 8-point game at 36-28. But again, at this stage of the game, Lady Bruins badly need some threes. If this were, say, a 4 or 5-point game, I wouldn't say that. But you just can't hold on to the ball extraordinarily long. And there's a steal, and going down, they're going to charge Mia Spellings with her 4th foul when they tripped from behind.
Personal foul on number 10. Mia Spellings, her 4th.
And going to the line will be Luton, who is also playing with 4 fouls. They will be in the 1-and-1 bonus. And these could potentially put the game on ice. 10-point lead would be just about insurmountable at this point. And she missed the second of the 2, but they get the offensive rebound. And Carter is just going to simply take her time. They're going to just keep whipping it around the perimeter. In no hurry to shoot whatsoever. This is just a game of keep away until USJ decides to foul. And they finally do. Ellen Driver, that's her 3rd.
Personal foul on number 3, Ellen Driver, her 3rd.
And an excellent job of ball handling by the Golden Tide. And so Naisha Luton to the line. Has to get that shoe adjusted. Either one of these will pretty well put it on ice, and she got that friendly carom. 38-28. Peabody has led it all the way. So what the Lady Bruins can frankly hope to do is keep this one respectable. And Halen, again, they are triple teaming her. It's like watching a triangle between her, and she just has had a very difficult time getting open all night long. And palming, that is the 9th turnover. And you'll probably see the Lady Bruins attempt to foul here, but it is not going to be something that they probably will intentionally try to do because the clock is just going to tick off, and it would only just extend the game and the final score in the favor of Peabody. And I think they're not going to come out and challenge seriously, and Carter dishes it off and draws the foul. They tried to reach in and get a steal, and she'll go to the line for 2 now. That's on Mia Spellings, and that sends her out. That is her 5th. So with 8 players that are available on this one, Jesse Vi will come back in.
USJ number 22, Jesse Vi.
And the one that they have remaining available is Ella Hall Eldridge. And did not get the friendly roll, but Carter has done her job tonight as the point guard on this team. She has been solid across the board. And gets the second of the two. She has 9. So the Lady Bruins with probably one final possession to get it up to 30. And all kinds of problems on the inside. The three is there for Lily Teague. And they'll take time out. Let's take a quick 30 and we'll be back.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
Well, this is one that you might say probably at halftime was decided because of the tempo of this game being a very slow one. And the Lady Bruins, a rarity that they're not in double digits at halftime. They were down 20-8, and they have made the strides to try to close it back. In 40-31. But they have just not been able to get over the hump. They've never led in the game, and a lot of that can be traced to Peabody's just really outstanding defense, as well as the way they have just held on to the ball tonight. And the foul quickly is going to be charged, and let's see who that's going to be. If it's Ellen or Lily. That's the 4th foul on Ellen Driver, so if she commits one more and goes out, then they're going to be down to their final option on the bench. And it's Luton to the free throw line. She's been playing the entire 4th quarter with 4 fouls, and she adds to her total. And the iron unkind, and Halen Ayers gets one more rebound. And down to the final 5. They're going to have to put it up and off the mark. And Halen Ayers gets the final basket. Give her credit for that one. And that is your final, as the Lady Bruins made a valiant effort in the second half, but just could not overcome this tremendous defensive effort on the part of Peabody. And it is the Golden Tide that comes away winning 41-33. Let me give you the scoring totals as we wrap it up here from Gibson County High School. For the Golden Tide, and I've got my calculator out just as quickly as I possibly can to get this done. 9 points each for Travia Brooks and for Jemiah Carter. And, of course, Carter's ball handling is something you're not going to see a category on, but she was outstanding at particularly dictating the tempo of this game. And we're going to make her our player of the game tonight because she was really, I think, the catalyst for the Peabody victory. 8 points for Miracle Johnson, 7 for Nyesha Luton, and 6 for Anaya Ross. And on the other end of the ledger, also Brooks had 6 rebounds in the game. On the other end of the ledger, it was Lily Teague who had 3 3-pointers tonight, and you can't say she didn't give everything she possibly had. She was the leader with 13 points, also had 3 rebounds, and was a big part of the push in the second half to try to get the Lady Bruins to come from behind. Ellen Driver added 6, Mia Spellings with 3, Sophie King with 3, and then Halen Ayers, and they did a brilliant job of triple teaming her. In fact, a lot of times it was almost like your old traditional triangle and 2. It's called a junk defense. And they were just smothering her, and Halen could not get open for a lot of her patented 8, 10, 12-foot jump shots on the inside, and she struggled from behind the arc in the first half. And that was a problem for the Lady Bruins tonight. They could not hit from outside, and during the course of the game, they picked up some in the second half as they ended up with 5 3-pointers. But for the game as a whole, they were 5 out of 21. That was about 23%, and it's just very tough. If you're playing a defensive team like Peabody is, you got to hit from the outside and open up and force them to come out and challenge you, and it just didn't happen in enough succession tonight. So it was a tough defeat tonight for the Lady Bruins, 41-33. They will be playing tomorrow afternoon at 5:30 in the third place game in this tournament, and so we hope to have you with us, and we hope that you'll enjoy that, and as we see if they can add another victory onto the schedule. And we also want to tell you that our crew tonight, who did such an outstanding job of bringing you the pictures of this game, our game was directed by Christopher Reasons. On cameras, Eric Inman and Billy Bolin. And the executive producer of Worthy Road Studios is Paul Schultze. And I'm Steve Beverly on the play-by-play, and we'll see you again tomorrow afternoon. And so remember, Worthy Road Studios is recognized all across Tennessee as the leader in digital high school and college sports television. And until we're with you tomorrow night, this is Steve Beverly saying so long from Dyer, Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.